There was a man who poisoned the world, twice. And when death finally came for him, it came from a machine he built with his own hands. His name was Thomas Midgley Jr. You have probably never heard of him, because history chooses what to remember, and it is very good at forgetting the parts that shame us. But here is the thing. 2 ordinary objects in your life became what they are today because of this man. The car in your driveway, the fridge in your kitchen, and behind both of them, a disaster is hiding. This is the story of the most destructive inventor who ever lived. 1921 America. The war is over, the economy is roaring, and everyone is buying a car. In a laboratory in Dayton, Ohio, there is a chemist named Thomas Midgley. He is not a theorist. He is a tinkerer. He does not reason his way to answers. He tries things, hundreds of things, thousands of things, and he has a reputation for it. He is the man who finds a solution to every problem. His company adores him. Magazines call him a hero of the age. Awards follow. Medals follow. People genuinely believe this man is going to make the world a better place. And in a way, they are right. He will change the world more than almost anyone alive. Just not in the direction anyone expects. Because here is the pattern that defines his whole life. Every time Thomas Midgley solves a problem, the solution comes back as a catastrophe. Not once, not twice by accident, every single time. And the most disturbing part of this story is not that he was wrong. It is that at least once he knew. So let us start with the first one, the invention that put poison into the air of every city on Earth. To understand what he did, you have to understand the problem he was handed. The engines of the 1920s knocked. You pressed the accelerator and the engine banged and rattled like something inside it was breaking. It wasted fuel. It cracked pistons. It put a hard ceiling on how powerful an engine could ever be. General Motors was desperate. They handed the problem to Midgley and his boss, Charles Kettering. Find something, anything, make the knocking stop. So Midgley started testing. Iodine, aniline, selenium, tellurium. Tellurium worked. It also made everyone who touched it smell powerfully of garlic for weeks. His wife made him sleep in the basement. He kept going. Then in December of 1921, he found it. A compound called tetraethyl lead. You add a tiny amount to gasoline and the knocking simply stops. The engine runs smooth. It is cheap. It works instantly. By every measure of the day, a miracle. There is only one problem. Lead is a poison and not a mild one. It attacks the nervous system, and there is no amount of it that is safe for a human being. And they knew. Lead poisoning had been documented for centuries. They knew it so well that the company refused to put the word lead anywhere on the product. They called it ethyl, and for a while nothing happened. Then the workers started to fall. At a Standard Oil plant in New Jersey, a man named Ernest Olgert began hallucinating at his workstation. He was seeing insects that were not there. Within days, he was dead. 4 more of his colleagues died that same week. Dozens more were carried out in restraints. The workers had a name for that building. They called it the House of Butterflies. The press exploded. Cities began banning the fuel outright. So the company called a press conference. And Midgley did something that people still talk about 100 years later. He poured tetraethyl lead over his bare hands in front of the reporters. Then he held an open bottle of it under his nose and breathed it in for a full minute. He looked up and said he could do this every day and never be harmed. It was a lie. The year before, Midgley had left work for months to recover from lead poisoning. He put it in a letter himself. He carried the damage for the rest of his life. Leaded fuel stayed on the market for the rest of the century. By the time the world finally took the lead back out, it had been burned into the air of every city on the planet. But wait, this is not even the bigger disaster, because 9 years later, Midgley solves another problem, and this time, the damage does not stop at street level. 1929. A new problem, and a genuinely terrible one. The refrigerators of that era ran on ammonia, methyl chloride, and sulfur dioxide. All three are poisonous. All three leak. And when a fridge leaks in the night, a family does not wake up. People were so frightened that many kept the refrigerator outside, on the back porch, away from where they slept. So industry goes back to the same man. Find us a gas that cannot poison anyone and cannot catch fire. And this time Midgley does not search blindly. He reasons his way to the answer. He needs something stable, something that refuses to react with anything at all. In 3 days he has it. Carbon, chlorine, and fluorine locked together. The trade name is easier to remember. Freon. And in 1930 he presents it to the American Chemical Society with a piece of pure theater. He fills a bowl with the liquid and warms it over a burner until it boils into vapor. He leans over the bowl, takes a deep lungful of the gas and holds it. Then he turns to a lit candle and breathes out. The flame goes out. He is still standing. Not toxic, not flammable, completely safe. The room applauds. Midgley is a hero for the second time. And this time, here is what makes the story so cruel: he is telling the truth. Freon really is harmless to the person standing in front of it. It does not burn you. It does not poison you. It does not explode. It is so perfectly stable that nothing down here on the ground can break it apart. And that is exactly the problem. Because a gas that nothing can destroy does not disappear when it leaks. It drifts upward for years until it reaches the stratosphere, where the sunlight is finally strong enough to tear it apart. And when it breaks, it releases chlorine. A single chlorine atom can destroy tens of thousands of ozone molecules, and then it is free to start again. The ozone layer is the invisible shield that stops the sun's ultraviolet radiation from reaching the ground. Freon eats holes in it, and nobody notices for more than 40 years. Freon goes into every refrigerator, every air conditioner, every aerosol can in the world. The world pumps millions of tons of it into the sky cheerfully for decades. Two chemists finally work out what is happening. The year is 1974. By then, Thomas Midgley has been dead for 30 years. He never knew. Two inventions, two catastrophes, but fate had one more scene written for him, and it is the darkest irony of his life. 1940. Midgley is 51 years old. He wakes one morning and cannot move his legs. Polio. The man who spent his career solving other people's problems now has one he cannot solve. He is left severely disabled. He cannot get himself out of his own bed. So he does the only thing he has ever done. He invents. He designs a system of ropes and pulleys mounted on a frame above his own bed. Pull one cord and it lifts him. Pull another and it turns him. Simple, elegant, clever. Exactly the way his mind had always worked. And for 4 years it worked. Then came November 1944. He is found at his home in Ohio, tangled in the ropes of his own machine. He had been strangled by the device he built to save himself. The coroner ruled it a suicide. Others who have studied his life believe it was an accident, that he simply became caught and could not free himself. We will probably never know which it was. But either way, the ending is the same. The man who poisoned the world twice died inside his own solution. History is sometimes a poet. Thomas Midgley was not a monster. He was not evil and he was not stupid. He was the opposite. A brilliant man who believed completely that cleverness could solve anything. And it can. That is exactly what makes him so frightening. Every one of his solutions worked exactly as promised. That was never the failure. The failure was that nobody asked what happens next. Not in 10 years, in 50, we are still living inside the answer. I draw forgotten stories like this one. No stock footage, no talking head. Just a pencil, a mystery, and the facts we can actually prove. Subscribe and I will draw you another one next week. The next story is about a woman, an invention, and the company that tried to erase her from history.